So hello students. So in this video we are again take some example of Mendel experiment. Okay, some model question per I got some questions which are based on the Mendel experiment. So after that we are take evolution concept. So here in the display you are see one question which is on the pea plant, the Mendel experiment, and that is very important. Such questions are asked in the examination and that question is for 3 marks. Okay, so now solve this question, and after that I give some homework for you, and then we start evolution concepts. So how to read evolution and what are the important concepts are in their evolution. So now I take this question. A pea plant with blue flowers denoted by capital B, double capital B, is crossbreed with the pea plant with white flower denoted by small w. So number 1, A, what is the expected flower color in the F1 generation or progeny? B, what will be the percentage of plant bearing wild flower in the F1 generation when the flower of F1 plants are self-pollinated? Okay, per percentage. Okay, next. C, C1, state the expected ratio of the genotype BB and BW in the F2 generation. So that is one type of question is there. So now one by one we solve it. Okay, so what is given here? First solution or answer given is what here? Given two flower given. One is B flower which is called as blue. Okay, blue flower we also called as pure blue, and that is genes are given as capital B. Okay, the next given what? Breed with an pea plant with white flowers. Okay, white flower given, and the white flower is small w. Okay, so in F1 generation, F1 progeny or generation, what happened here? From this and from this, so we get capital B and small w. So what is resultant? The flower is blue. So that is F1 generation, right? It is F1 generation. So in F1 generation the flower is what? Blue flower is of pea plant is obtained. So here A, what is the expected flower color in the F1 generation or progeny? The answer is what? The answer is blue color. Okay, next one, B1, what will be the percentage of plant bearing white flower in the F1 generation? So white flower, how much white flower can be produced in the F2 generation? So now take F2 generation. So for F2 generation, okay, this is A answer over. Now come to B. It is F2 generation. For F2 generation, I take here BW and cross with self cross with BW. Okay, right. So what has happened? BB here, BW here, BW here, WW. Okay, right. So there are 4 types of. Okay, therefore in which we get the ratio, phenotypic ratio. Here we get phenotypic ratio. Here we get typic ratio. We get is 3:1. Okay, 3 blue 1 white, 3:1. So they ask about what is percentage of white flower in when the flower of what is percentage of white flower in F2 generation. So percentage total how many? So percentage of white flower, white flower is equal to total flowers are 4, in which 1 is white, so we got white, so into 100, so we get how many percentage? 25. So 25% of white flower. So that is answer B. Okay, if they ask about what is percentage of blue flower means, so percent of blue flower, that also extra I saw here. Percentage of blue flower for is equal to total 4 flowers are obtained in the F2 generation, in which 3 are blue flower into 100, so we get 75%. For 25, so 75% of blue flower. So the answer is what here? 25% of white flowers are obtained. The third one, state the expected ratio of the genotypic B and BW in the F2 generation. So that is genotypic ratio. Okay, what is genotypic? C1 is genotypic ratio. So genotypic ratio is what? Pure 3 are pure 1 blue, okay, mixing 2, then pure white is 1. So that is genotypic ratio. So that is what solution of this question. Okay, hope you understand easily. So how I solve it? Easy, neatly solve this for F1 generation, then F2 generation, and then percentage of white. Okay, they ask white. If they ask blue, means you will write blue, and it is not genotypic ratio. Pure blue, mixed blue white gene, and then pure white. So that is what solution of this question. Okay, so first one time read and write down this question in your textbook. Okay, and then this is the solution of this question is here. This is the solution. Okay, this is the solution. If you are totally visible, means it is solution. Okay, A, B, and it is C. So it is what all about Mendel experiments. So different types of questions are there. Same related questions are there. Again, okay, this is also one type of homework for you. This is also homework. Okay, done yourself in homework. That is explain Mendel experiment on the inheritance of characters considering only visible constructing in pea plants. So that is here to explain pea plant tall short experiment F1 F2 generation. Okay, first take cell F1 tall and short, then F2 3 short, 3 tall, 1 is short. That is so solve that answer here. This is homework for you, and this also question homework. Okay, this also note down, and this is homework for you. Okay, this is similar question which now we solve. This similar question is there, so read question and solve itself. This is homework for you. Solve A, B, C, and this is 3-mark question. Okay, so right, so here from this we are almost solve all the concepts related to the evolution. Okay, all definitions, all 3 marks, 4 mark question, 5 marks questions, and how to solve all types of questions based on Mendel experiment we are solved here. Okay, so almost definitions are solved and all experiments are solved, and diagram based questions also we observe about ratios and genotypic and phenotypic ratios. So here the heredity concept is clear and it is finished, and then if you want to more questions, so please refer again different types of model question papers. There are so many model question paper is there, so refer that model question paper and try to solve the questions yourself. Okay, after completing of these videos, then you take another questions based on the evolution Mendel experiment. There are so many questions are there, solve it and you get it is perfect. Okay, so here the evolution, here the heredity concept is completed. Now in next we are started the about evolution. Okay, right, come to evolution concept. Come to the evolution concept. So evolution concepts is very important. Here so many questions are asked. Okay, definition is there, differences is there, explanation is there. Okay, and sometime uses is there. Okay, so one by one we are take this concept, that is evolution. So come to first in this chapter. So there are different types of questions are there. So that is we start with definition. Okay, in the screen you are observe that total 10 questions are there. I short out it. So these are common questions and that is be very important, you have to be read it. Okay, so that is definitions are there, simple definition is there, and some differences is there. So see, and this is actually homework for this also homework for you. Okay, because this is not a new for you, you already have these definitions in your textbook or your notes. So these are remind you that you have to be read it. Okay, that is I only revise here, not to need explanation. When we solve different problems, 100% you get these terms, and these terms they get explain. But here I only guide you that these top 10 questions you have to be perfect. Okay, in any one from these 10 questions, any one questions can be come in the examination for 1 or 2 marks. Almost it is 2 marks questions. Okay, starting it is define natural selection. So natural selection is related to the evolution that is come under the beetle story. Okay, red beetle, blue beetle, and green beetle. So here natural selection is there, and when genetic drift is come. So that is one very important concepts I explain again here. Okay, so here first if you have definition of natural selection, so please read it. Okay, memorize it, very important. If not have, means search and write it. Okay, so that is first number 1, define natural selection, very important, note down and read it. Second, to define genetic drift, that is also very important. And then define acquired traits, that is very important. Acquired traits are also called learning traits, which is get by learning, okay, which is not be get from the father or mother, the get by the external factors, which is by learning, okay. That is very important. One time write the definition of acquired traits, very important. Then define inherited traits, that is very important. What is inherited traits? The characters or the traits which are get from the parents, by the progeny. So that is very important, inherited traits. Then number 5th, define speciation, that is very important, very important. 101% important definition. What is speciation? Most time this questions is repeated from this concept. What is speciation? Okay, the formation of the new species from the process of speciation is a process of formation of new species from the existing species, okay. That is very important, speciation. Then what is defined fossils? Very important, it is also 101% important. What is fossils, okay. Next concept is homologous and analogous organs, very important. Multiple choice it is come, or it is in the form of definition is come. So what is homologous organs and what is analogous organs? So in the next videos or in next later on we have discussed it, okay, when we face the questions, okay. Here I only guide you to be perfect on these concepts, then only you can understand the question, we can discuss more on it. Then next come to the point 8th one, define differences between acquired traits and inherited traits, very important. This is very important, differentiate between acquired traits and inherited traits. Acquired traits nothing but we get from the learning, inherited means we get from the parent, which is in the through the DNA, okay. That is very important concepts. When we face the question we are explained there, okay, but you have already these answers, so one time read it. So next 9th one is difference between homologous and analogous organ, very easy. If you perfect definition of and example of homologous, then write in the form of differences, okay. That is very important. Most of time I think many of time these questions is repeated. When I see about 10 science question paper, in maximum 5 to 6 question paper this question is repeated, okay. That is differentiate between homologous and analogous organs, so practice it. Then last 10th one is differentiate between natural selection and artificial selection, which is come under stage by evolution, okay. There is come natural selection is natural selection is come under, maybe it is natural selection and artificial selection, okay. It is also very important concept. It is natural selection is come under here, maybe this question is maybe come here also in this chapter, or maybe from reproduction chapter, okay. Both way you have to solve the natural selection and artificial selection, so later on we can take this definition, okay. So these are 10 points which we have to be perfect, okay. If you are perfect, this means the next concept what we are solve the questions, it is easy to you understand, okay. So write all these 10 questions and one time read. If you not have this answer means search it, okay. In textbook you get these answer and write one time and read it, okay. So they are very important concepts. After that now face some questions which are based on the evolution, okay. So come to questions, okay students. Take question number 1, that is here name. It is very important question, that is almost 5 marks question, okay. 5 marks question and very important. Name the phenomenon that governs the following, okay. 5 phenomenon processes are there, we have to be write the name of that process, okay. The number 1 is green beetles living in the green bushes are not eaten by the crows. That is very easy, you get the answer. I know you know the answer of this question, okay. It is very easy, not need to explanation, okay. We know that about beetle population, okay. First red population, then green population, then blue population. Red population is converted into a green population, and that is a very important survival advantage for beetle, okay. That is we called as natural selection, the change which is helpful for the organism for their survival, okay, for their existence in the nature. So that type of changes is called a natural selection, okay. Here what first one, number of blue bushes in the green, number of blue beetles in the green bushes increase only here green beetles living in the green bushes. Okay, bushes are leaf are green, beetles are also green, so they are not eaten because color is match. Okay, that is not easily visible for the crows, so therefore it is not be eaten. So that is what a very important advantage for the beetle to be survival. Okay, if they are green color means they are be protected from the crows, therefore that green color is an advantage for bushes. Okay, to protect them from the crows. So that is, if the advantages is helpful or the changes is helpful, that change is called as natural selection. So first process what? A simple direct answer, that is natural selection. Natural selection. Okay, number one. Okay, right, number one is finished. Come to next B. What is B question is here? Roman 2. Number of blue beetles in the green bushes increases. Okay, in next generation there what happened? The blue beetle population is increases in the bushes only because the red beetles living there were trampled by the herd of the elephant. When elephant come, there is accidental occurs, elephant stamp on the accidentally on the green beetles, and the population of blue beetles is increase. And this blue color is not advantage because it is easily visible to the crows in the green leaves. Okay, green and blue opposite color, so in green blue color is easily visible, so crow easily eat the beetles. So this blue color is not be any survival advantage. So if there is no survival advantage, if there is no profit for the organism from this change, means that change is called as a genetic drift. Okay, so answer is what? Genetic drift. Genetic drift. Okay, the what we call the change in the gene of a population due to the chance, by chance happened. Okay, by chance it is take place, but it no any survival advantage. So that is easy. Now third one, Roman third. No medium height plants are obtained in F1 generation upon crossing pure tall and dark pea plants. So again Mendel experiment, when Mendel cross is tall and dark plant here, when Mendel is cross tall and dark, he only get tall. Here there is no formation of dwarf is there. Why? Because of T is dominant here. Okay, all plants in the F1 generation is tall. Why? This is answer is given. No medium height plants are not obtained in F1 generation. All plants are tall. Why? Because of it is dominance. So we call it is as law of dominance. Okay, law of dominance, that is dominant trait. Okay, we already know it in previous videos. So next Roman 4 is C. Tails of a mice were surgically removed from several generation. Still mice had tails in the following generations. Okay, see, this is what the starting point of acquired and inherited traits. So it acquired traits. Okay, this question is tell what in the one time what happened for a mice is there, so mice tail is cut. Okay, this cut tail of mice is reproduced mice, and that mice have tails, so there is no change occurs. Okay, that is called as what? Acquired traits. Okay, acquired traits are not inherited. So answer is what? Acquired traits. So that is cutting of tail, cutting of leg, cutting of ear, cutting of hand. It is not be transmitted to the generation to generation. If a father have no leg, means it is not be transmitted to the child. Okay, that is called non-reproductive cells. Okay, so if mice tail is cut, means his generation also have mice. Okay, if mice cut, means the absence of mice not in the next generation, the mice tail is present in the next generation. That is called acquired traits. Okay, so the answer is what? Acquired traits are not inherited. Okay, if a father is very good batman, a very good sports person, means his baby also good sports person, it is not possible because it is acquired. Okay, if father have very good singer, means a baby may have good singer because there is a inherited traits that may be transmitted. The sound quality may be transmitted to the child. It is happened. Okay, we are see in the industries, in the Bollywood industries, so many singer father also singer, mother also singer, and child also singer. So that is what, that is inherited characters. But it is not possible that if father is very good in kabaddi and son also very good in kabaddi. No. Why? Because of the kabaddi training is acquired trait. Okay, it is not be transmitted to the generation to generation. It is by practice he get. So that is what acquired traits. Also here also, if mice tail is cut surgically, still the mice had tails in the next generation. So that is called as acquired traits are not be inherited, not inherited. So last one, fifth one, a migrant beetle produces with the local population is an resultant gene of the migrant beetle enter the new population. Okay, that is called geographical isolation. Okay, there are two different types of for example, this is one area and this is one area. Here one beetle is present, here one beetle is present. So here this beetle come to here and start to reproduce. Okay, then they reproduce and they reproduce a new beetle. So that is why the gene of this beetle is come into the gene of this beetle, and these both gene to combine they form the new generation. So it is called transfer of gene. Okay, that is called flow of gene from this geographical area to the this area. This genes is transfer, so we called as a flow of gene. Flow of gene. Okay, flow of gene. So these are what answer of all these 5 questions. So very important 5 marks questions. You have to be read it. Very important. Okay. So one time note this question totally, then this answer. Okay, this is the answer. So one, that is only total for 5 marks, right? So hope you understand this question. Next I have to next question, that is again another question, which is question number 2 for this section. If take another one, if you have take 5 mice and remove their tails with the help of this surgery, will the tailless mice have been tailless progeny? Give reason for your answer. So that is very easy. We already told that the acquired traits are not be transmitted, only inherited traits can be transmitted. So by surgery, cutting of mice tail is not be transmitted to the progeny. Here question is what? With help of surgery, tailless mice have tailless progeny. Question is, if a father have not tail and if parents have not tail, means his child also have not tail? No, a child have tail. Why? Because of the cutting of tail by surgery or by accident, it is not be transmitted to the progeny. And so what, how to write these question answer? So here in textbook it is given. So I open your textbook, that is page number 59. In the page number 59 we have this answer. Okay, here acquired inherited traits, here we have C answer. Here C, consider the another example of how an individual cannot pass on to its progeny the experience of its lifetime. Okay, here start. If we breed a group of mice, all the mice, their progeny will have tails. Accepted. Now if the tails of these mice are removed by the surgery in the generation, do these tailless mice have tailless progeny? So that is question is given. Okay, the answer is here. The answer is no. Okay, no, that is not the transfer. No, and it makes sense because removal of the tail cannot be changed the genes of the germ shell of a mice. So that is answer you have to write for 2 marks. Okay, so I write the answer here. So answer is what? So here I write answer. Answer is for this question is, the answer is no, and it makes sense because removal of the tail cannot change the genes of the germ shells of the mice. So that is simple answer which is asked in examinations. So it is for 2 marks question and this 2 marks question. Okay, hope you understand it. Okay, another one is question is there, another one here, another very important concept is there. If you read this first para, so in this para there is a starvation of the starvation is given. Okay, here I read, we discussed the idea that the germ cells of sexual reproducing population are made in the specialized reproductive tissue. If the weight of the beetle is reduced because of starvation, in the beetle case we know that due to some disease takes place in the forest, and that is not provide a good food for the beetle, and the weight of the beetle is lost. So if the weight of the beetle is lost and that beetle are less weight, and then less weight beetles are reproduced and their progeny is also less weight, not possible. Their progeny is good with good health. So means what? The loss of weight, okay, not taking of good food is not passed to the generation to generation. So that is one type of acquired traits. Okay, the loss of weight is also one type of acquired traits here. Therefore low weight is not be trait that can be inherited by progeny of the starvation beetle, so it is not passed. Therefore even if some generations the beetles are low in weight because of starvation, that is not been example for evolution, since the change will not be inherited over the generations. Okay, the change is not reproductive tissue, cannot pass to the on to the DNA of the germ cells. It is weight loss, loss of weight. Okay, cut off mice tail, it not an reproductive, it is non-reproductive part, and the non-reproductive part is not be passed to the DNA of the germ cells. Therefore the experience of an individual during the lifetime cannot be passed on to progeny and cannot be direct to the evolution. So such is not such acquired traits, means acquired traits are not take part in the evolution, only inherited traits are take part in the evolution. So that is what the mainly important concept you have to be remember here from Darwinism. Okay, acquired traits are not take part in evolution, but inherited traits are only take part in evolution. Acquired traits, for example, loss in weight, cut off mice tail, or cutting off hand or leg, these are not passed through the progeny because these are non-reproductive part. Okay, they are not reproductive part, and the non-reproductive part are not to be change the DNA structure. Okay, they not disturb the DNA. Okay, only the inherited traits can be passed through the DNA. So that is the concept. So that is very important concept about starvation of beetles and the tail of cut mice. In both cases these are not passed through the progeny, you have to be remember. Why? Because of the acquired traits are not inherited, acquired traits are not passed through the progeny with help of DNA. The acquired traits are not change the variation or not takes place any variation in the DNA. Acquired traits are not take any part in the evolution of an species or any speciation. So that is very important concept. Okay, from doing these you have to be easily differentiate between acquired traits and inherited traits. Okay, hope this explanation of about inherited traits and acquired traits are clear for you. Okay, one time again listen it. Okay, so now after this we are go to the next problem. So take here 30-second break. Okay, so take here 30-second break. After 30-second break we are come with another very important question on evolution. Okay student, now after this short break we are take a last question of today video. Here this video is completed, and after that speciation and the factor lead to speciation, homologous, analogous, we are discussed in next video. So here last question of this session or this video is very important for 3 marks, and most question per these questions is be repeated frequently asked question. So what is question here? It is true that when a new species emerges, it is true that, okay, it is question, not guarantee, it is asking, okay, it is true that when a new species emerges, the old species is eliminated, and why? Okay, means what? For example, see here one species is there, okay, if this species is reproduced and it is new species form, if this species form, they ask question, means what? This species is eliminated or it is present in the population. So what is answer? It is eliminated or present. If parent produce their offsprings, the parents are eliminated, yes or no? What is answer? So answer is no. So answer is no, they are not eliminated, right? They are not eliminated. In evolution, when evolution takes place, in every steps evolution takes place, the ancestors are not to be eliminated, they are present, but they are less stronger than the new species. Okay, so here answer, what is 3 marks question, so we have to be full answer. So here answer is no. Okay, what is no? New species emerges, the old species are eliminated. No, the old species are not eliminated, the old species are also existed with the new species, both are present in the nature. So answer is no. It is why, so why we have to be Q our answer, our reason why we are say no. So reason is, it is not be true that when a new species are emerges, the old species are eliminated. So this is not true, this statement is not true. When new species are generated or emitted, the old species also present. This statement correct, but not but this statement is wrong. Okay, it is not true that when new species are emerges, the old species are eliminated. This statement is wrong, so we say no. So reason here, because when there is a change in many species, the change is only a part of or few members of the species populations. Okay, when the change in the DNA takes place, when there is a variation takes place, for example in the case of beetle, when the red beetle converted into the blue beetle, or red beetles are not converted to blue beetles, only some beetles are converted. Okay, in the population both red and green beetles are present. Okay, that is very important. We have to remember that when new population is generated, okay, the previous population is also present, not all is converted. Okay, some is, for example here, see here in population red beetles are there, due to variation when green beetles are obtained. If green beetles are emerge, means this not managed, these also present. Okay, these also present in the generation, green also present, red also present. So that is what very important in the evolution, in the species formation. Okay, changes is only a part. If 100 beetles present, means there is only 20 beetles is changes, okay, 80 beetles are old. So that is important. So only part of few number of species in the population is changes. Okay, next answer to continue part. If the newly generated species after genetic changes, okay, some genetic changes are maybe genetic drift or maybe natural selection or maybe geographical isolation, anything. Okay, change is better in the any way, it will be get more opportunity to the survival. Okay, but one is very important point, that new species and old species both are present in the population, but which is very good, which is very better one. So new species are better than with old species, they're very important. Okay, both are present, but which is better? The new is better for survival opportunity. If the genetic change in the against the environment, it will be die. Okay, if the change which is help the organism, means it is good. If the change which is not help the organism, means it is not be good for, it is bad and it will be die. For example, green, red converted beetle converted green, so that green are very important and that change is helpful. So that green converted to blue, and blue is not any survival advantage, so blue color is not be any survival advantage. So what happened? The moment the environmental, it will be die. Okay, so that is what. Thus the unchanged member of the species may also be remain and tend to live in the changed environmental. So when a population is speciation takes place, evolution takes place, old also present, new also present, both are live together, both are survive together. But one important point, the new one is better opportunity to survive than the old better. So that point you have to be remember to answer. Okay, So that for this question you have to be remember this point. Okay, so this is the question, you have to be again read it. Okay, note down this question. Okay, write the solution, and this is continue part is here. After writing up to this population, then write this one. Okay, so this one. Okay, I show again. Okay, here this one first one. Okay, this one, right? And after completing that you have to write this one. Okay, so these points. Okay, from here you have to be complete some topic about evolution. Okay, I make short videos because if long videos are made, it is be difficult you to watch. Okay, so small videos are make here. So after this video I can release another video, and the next concept about evolution we discuss here. Okay, if in these videos any doubt, please comment your doubt. Okay, and then thank you for watching this video, and like this video, share with your friends. Okay, thank you.